So I want to know, would you describe yourself an atheist?
Yes, I do. Let me tell you why. You see,
Okay.
I don't think there is a God as defined, because when you tell me a God is somebody who is everywhere, in other words, he's here now as we are speaking. I don't see any evidence that he's here as we are speaking. Okay. And God is somebody who knows everything. How do I know that somebody knows everything? I still don't know. Okay. God is all these omni qualifications in terms of okay, he's all good. How do I know? Look at the suffering people are going through. Both those who are believers and not believers are going through the cash problem. They will still pray and go to the bank and they still come back empty. So I don't see any evidence for God as they say. Okay. But I know that people use the God idea to make sense of their good and the bad they encounter in life. But that's entirely everything. You can put dog there. You can put a dog there. You can put anything that comes into your mind there. And it will still be. In other words, if I say now, okay, let me pray to Ogologolo before leaving. Ogologolo, protect me today. If I come back, I give glory to Ogologolo. Do you get what I'm saying? So where you put God, you can put anything there and you still get the same result. So what am I trying to say? I'm saying that as people define it, I don't think there is I don't think that God exists. Yes. So I can define myself as an atheist.
I would say that to a very large extent, I share your sentiments, though I have a very nuanced view of religion. It is not a coincidence that our ancestors, like religion, evolved with humanity. I don't think there's any coincidence in that. Religion has been used as an attempt to make sense of the world. It has been used as an attempt to make sense of certain phenomena our ancestors couldn't explain. And also in modern days, I believe that religion still serves a purpose, actually, from a sociological perspective. I do believe that it serves a purpose, especially in a country like Nigeria, in a continent like Africa, that we are still struggling with the basic necessities. There's abject poverty on the continent, and it's a very difficult life to live as an African. If we are going to be real, it's very difficult. And a lot of people use religion as a cope. It's an escapism for them. It's where they derive refuge. It's where they derive succor to escape the vicissitudes of life, to escape the dystopian realities of living in a country like Nigeria, a continent like Africa. So from that standpoint, I do believe that religion serves a purpose. I genuinely believe it serves a purpose. Now, whether it is factually true or not, that's a different argument. Now, you can make the case that religion gives false hope, it gives false illusion. Yeah, we can make that case. But from a broader perspective, I do believe that people still need it to make sense of life in a way to seek refuge from what is wrong with them. And I do envy religious people in the sense that, let's say you're confronted with a problem and you kneel and pray to God. At least within those 5-10 minutes, we can make the case that there is a kind of peace that comes to them. Within those 5-10 minutes they prayed, there's this kind of burden they feel is lifted from their chest or from their neck. Now, again, whether that prayer gets answered or not is a different argument. I get that. I do get that. But I believe religion serves a purpose from a sociological perspective. It helps people make sense of the world. Now, whether that's true or not, but it helps them make sense of the world. Now, what do you say to that?
You see, when people say, this thing is beneficial, is serving it, like now it's serving a purpose. But Nigeria is a clear demonstration. What purpose is it serving? Okay, what purpose is it serving Nigerians? I keep saying this. Okay, now let me tell you. As I speak to you now, just like you said, people are singing and they're praying in the church. Temporarily trying to forget that there's no cash in the house, and temporarily trying to forget they need to go and work. Temporarily trying to forget. After that temporary forgetfulness, they still come back to the same situation.
True.
Okay?
True.
And all that. So what I'm trying to say now is that, is it not a way to sanctify our stagnation? Instead of us asking ourselves, how do we make, in quote, more productive use of this time? Remember that these people who are singing could actually go and open a band and entertain people and get paid and get some money. Remember that these people could do something more profitable with this time. Go to the airports and see that airports, they don't sleep. Many airports don't sleep. You get it? In other words, you can work at night, you can work during the day. We can run 24-hour economy. you know, that get people employed and not seeking ways to escape from a problem only to return to that problem in a worse situation. What I'm saying here is that while I am, because my PhD is in religious studies, I connect with what you're saying in terms of the fact that religion serves a social function. But we also need to step this down because you see, you know, go home to the people who are praying temporarily now. Go home with them and look at the meal, what they're going to eat. Go home with them now and look at what is in their bank account. Go home with them and see how they're starving and how they are undernourishing, how they are, you know, people are not feeding well. You know why? Because they have spent all their life escaping from the problem that stares them on the face. So while we try to say that, yeah, it serves a beneficial purpose, we should not run away from the harm. We should not run away from the fact that as people escape temporarily, constantly, they come back worse off, and they really have to find a way. Why are we having crime? Yesterday, I was moving I was in a taxi, and there was this uproar. I think somebody in an Okada either snatched a phone from somebody in Keke, and they started pursuing the person. Okay. Now, go and find out. That person very likely is a religious person and is going to go to church to pray or mosque to pray. So how can we talk about so much religiosity and so talk about so much criminality, so much poverty, so much despair, you know, within our society? So what I'm trying to say is that, you know, there's a tendency for us to really talk about, the benefits. What about the harm? What about the stagnation? Why are we where we are today? Why can't we explore the plan? Look at now that going to Mars.
Yeah.
A lot of people are still taught that it's angels that are out there, not planets. A lot of people still wake up, they look up the sky and they pray and they bow their heads. Now, another people look up the sky and say, how do we get our satellite there and relay information and use it to make our internet faster? Some people are asking, how do we tap the energies from the sun and use it to electrify and power our cities? No. What I'm trying to say here now is that we should also look at, you know, the harm that is being done to the society as a result of the fact that people continue to use religion to escape for the problem, only to come back to find out that the problem is worse and more complicated, as demonstrated in our country, Nigeria.
Yeah, I don't disagree with anything you've said. Okay, but what do you say to people who say that the problem is the people that have abused religion? You know, I'm very sure you typically get that response from, let's say, Christians or pastors or something. So they will tell you that, no, the problem is not Christianity. The problem is people that have abused Christianity. So what do you say to that?
Yeah, you see, you know, anything can be abused. Let me just tell you, anything can be abused. Religion can inspire